Hadouken! What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel once again. I know it's been a while, but welcome back to another episode of my SiNzsational series. And man, I'm just having so much fun in the T110E4 right now, and so many good games in it that it's only right that I feature it in this episode of SiNzsational. It's just been a complete blast. Like, you guys know that I don't like tier 10 TDs, or TDs in general for that matter. I don't like TD gameplay. Casemate TDs annoy me so friggin' much that it's just unexplainable. But turret, TDs that have a turret are just great, man. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed the T30. I love the Hellcat. The T25-2 was kind of pants, but like, it was alright at the same time. And the American line or the second American TD line where you can use turrets on TDs, it's just great, man. It really is. Like, first shot, 868 into the side of an E50M, because why not? 155mm gun, and Alpha is completely balanced, and then he gets mashed by artillery. But it's just awesome, and I'm having so many fun games in the T110E4, the tier 10 American tank destroyer with the turret, that it's only right that I uploaded this episode. Like, just as simple as that. You guys may have seen the replay that featured on the Beard Guys' channel, where I did like 9,000 damage and still managed to lose because the team was just but yeah, man, like, aside from that, that was disappointing, but it was a beast game at the same time, so I don't really care. Trying to get a shot on the U50M right now, but whatever. Anyway, I need to actually concentrate on commenting on the gameplay, because I'm kind of just rambling on about how I hate TDs, and casemate TDs aren't really my style, but apparently TDs with turrets are my style, so maybe I should focus some time into picking up a Death Star, and because I have the T30, lol, and I have the T110E4, lol, and I don't have the Death Star, and I don't have the Waffle. Now, I can't ever see myself getting the Waffle, if I'm honest, but the Death Star has armor, so I should definitely get one of them. But I'm so glad that my gun ate the round from that M53-55. Like, when does that ever happen? When does that ever happen? When do you take a hit from an M53-55 and not receive damage? Like, once again, tier 10, the only thing that balances artillery is tier 10 TDs. So, why the fuck not? But the WZ's pushing, or the Object 140's pushing up, sorry, and he doesn't realise that I'm there, and we smash him for 842, as well as tracking him. So we are off the mark. We do have 2 hits. We're on about 1,900 damage or so right now. A 16.10 second reload, because we don't run food, but we do have what do I run on this tank? I run binoculars, a gun rammer, and I believe vents. I run vents instead of a camo net, because the camouflage just isn't all that on the E4. It's quite big, quite bulky, and the way how I play it, I don't play it as a TD that sits at the back. As you can see, right here, I'm moving up the left-hand side of this map and playing aggressively, trying to get a shot into the other E4, the enemy's E4, but he's not taking the bait. Somebody gets a shot into him and distracts his turret, turns his turret around, and then we finish him off for 737. And like, the great thing about this tank is, like, you don't even need to fire APCR. But the APCR penetration on this thing is just ridiculous. Like, it doesn't matter how much armor you have, and lol, 891 plus a fire, I will take that all day long. The Object 430 is going to reload, but he bounces off of us, and then our Centurion Action 10 finishes him off. Credit to Schindler this game as well. I know he is one of the good Russian players who I seem to come across a lot on the EU server. You know, obviously I would, but I don't know how that shot didn't pen on the U100. Must have got eaten by his tracks, unfortunately, but he doesn't have the 15cm gun, so it doesn't really matter. He's getting distracted by Schindler right now. Then he takes a hit from artillery, and well, we can just go straight through his lower plate for 746, and now we've got 12 hits of damage, counting the clicks from the fire, 2 kills, 2 assisted hits, and 6 critical hits. So I think we must have damaged a lot of components on that Object 430 with the fire. But yeah, we're just playing this tank. I just seem to have loads and loads of fun of playing this tank very aggressively. Like, just in the right situation, like in the few games that you're going to see right here. It's just beast. It's like, it is a pseudo heavy tank. Like, oh, hello, WZ120. Yes, please bounce off my tracks while I YOLO you and then finish you off for 905 while I'm auto-aiming through your upper plate. Because my AP penetration is completely fine. And if my AP penetration fails, I mean, I can just load APCR rounds that will go through anything in the game. So, that is how the E4 is. It is ridiculous. It's like, if I could describe it, I would say it's a T30 that can't traverse its turret all the way around, but it has ridiculously is probably the wrong word. It has much better hull armor than the T30, but it's a T30 on steroids. Like, it's just a T30 on steroids, and it's just a beautiful contraption. It really is. I can't credit the E4 enough. It is, at present, my favourite Tier 10 TD in the game. Mostly because I've not really played many of the others. I do have the 268, but the 268 frustrates me so bad, as you guys must know. Hello, Waffle. Ah, I should have taken that shot right there, but the enemy are down to 3 tanks left, but we're going to just... See, this is how you balance artillery, ladies and gentlemen. RIP! Goodbye. 4 kills, 14 hits of damage, and now we're going to have to push up on the Waffle. But yeah, right now the T110E4 is by far my favourite Tier 10 TD in the game. It's so much fun to play, and it's like loads of people told me not to get it, but then when I got it, I have no regrets in picking up the T110E4. I know the E3 is technically a better TD and a better tank, but the E4, I don't know, it suits my playstyle. It suits how I would like to play a TD. And you notice that I've got a HE loaded right now because I'm thinking I'm going to go around this corner and smash the Waffle for all of his health through his turret. But 'twas not to be, because we go around the corner, the Conqueror hits him, but we don't have the gun elevation. So one bad thing about the E4 is the gun elevation. We only managed to get a shot into the Waffle side armor, which did 300 damage, but it only tracked him and then finished him off. But that is the game right there. The Conqueror did finish him in the end. So let's see how we did. Step standard battle. 6,227 damage done with only 8 penetrations. 874 assisted damage. 820 damage blocked. High caliber. A first class mastery badge, not too shabby, and top of the team in terms of damage. But we will move on to the second game, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you there shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second battle. We are here on Ardennes, and I am playing in the T110E4 once again, and I've got my buddy Ambitions with me, taking out the Jagdpanzer E100, or the Jägerroute as it's more commonly known, and we are on a team destruction mode, so there is no capture point. There's no base for our team, no base for the enemy team, and there's not an encounter base location which we both have to fight over. The game will just be won on whichever team loses all of its tanks, or whichever team does the most damage. So that is how the battle format works in team destruction. I think it's, even if you've lost the most tanks, if your team has done the most damage, you still win. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think that's right. But yeah, we're pushing up into the town here, and a chieftain spots me, so I just take a pot shot at him while I'm trying to reverse. The T110E4's gun, not great at shooting on the move whatsoever, but I didn't really have a shot on the chieftain there, so it doesn't matter. But we do have a Waffle E100 pushing up, as well as an IS-7 over on our right hand side. So we're going to try and get into cover by sitting behind the train, but at the last minute we change our mind and we're just going to sit next to it. The IS-7 lights me up, and now I'm thinking, okay, now I need to get behind the train. The IS-7 penetrates me, but Ambitions does penetrate the Waffle E100 for 1,600 with a pre-aimed HE shell, which is just ridiculous. So we're going to aim at the IS-7's upper plate here. He's angled at the point where we can still go through, and that does hit him for 797, as well as damaging his turret ring, which is a nice shot, and one that's most likely going to cause him to use his repair kit. So if he gets tracked later in the battle, or ammo racked later in the battle, he will most likely suffer the consequences of those actions. I would repair it, but I rock large repair kit, so you know, if I would probably wait to see if anything else gets damaged before repairing it. But yeah, that's just my take on that right there. But Ambitions is now pushing up on the right hand side, so I'm going to push into the town on the left hand side. And just as I am doing that to try and engage this WZ many numbers, or WZ 11114 as it's also known, a Jaegeru comes around the corner, and I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm going to take a slap right here. So I try and get my tracks to eat the damage, but luckily the guy does bounce me anyway. And I try and return a shot on him, but I think the Waffle's corpse was in the way, and I hit that instead of hitting the Jaegeru. The WZ bounces off me as well, which is good, and I am on the reload, and the Jaegeru is backed up around the corner again. So I'm backing up here just to make sure I'm safe, because there is also the IS-7 and the chieftain over there currently still. But realizing I'm good to push up, that is exactly what I am going to do. And I'm thinking the chieftain's coming around the corner here, but he is behind the defilade that I was looking at right there. But the WZ is still on my left hand side, and we are going to push around the corner and smack him right in the side armor, taking out his ammo rack and blowing his turret off as well, which you can see it on the ground right there next to him, which is, it's always nice to ammo rack somebody. It just makes you feel better about the game. Hit him with a Hadouken and rest in pepperonis. But that was his game right there. So we now are on 2 hits of damage, 1 kill with 2 critical hits. The Jaegeru looked like he was pushing around again, that's why I was focusing my attention there. But now we have an E4 to be shooting at who isn't paying attention to me, so we're going to get a nice side shot through and do 868 damage in the process. But we now have his attention, so we need to side scrape on the corner right here. He's going to reverse and not take the shot at us anyway. Do we have a shot on him? He's going to come back around the corner. We have a shot on his lower plate, and we do manage to penetrate for 874 before the T-49 sneaks up behind him and smashes him and grabs the kill. So dodging the WZ's turret, we are now going to push through to the rest of the town and scope out what is left of the enemy team. It's 9-7 right now. We know where the chieftain and the IS-7 are. We don't know where the 2 light tanks are. In fact, did the chieftain die? I think the chieftain died and the IS-7's still alive, but there is an E100 still alive in this game, I think. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, the E100's on this side. I thought so. My suspicions are correct, ladies and gentlemen. The E100 was heading in my direction, so I'm posting up to take a shot at him right here. He's got his side armor. I go for the inner drive wheel looking to track him, but it doesn't. Another 800 plus damage roll, taking us up to 5 hits of damage so far. I'm thinking he's going to return the shot at me any second, so I'm trying to angle that armor, let my tracks eat the damage, but he did miss. And then we get a shot on his lower plate for 836. And we have similar reload times. He is posting up and trying to angle his armor to stop me from shooting him again. But he doesn't do that well of a job. He only puts a destructible car in between me and him, I think. And I shoot straight through it for 896, again through the lower plate. And that one did damage his tracks as well. And now the Centurion Action 10 is just going to creep up behind him and take him out right there. So there's 2 enemy light tanks left. Now on Ardennes, this is one of the downsides to the map. On Ardennes, they could be anywhere. And with the amount of trees and with the amount of space on this map, it's going to take some time for us to find them. But we do know where the AMX 1390 is. He's just popped up on the map. And he looks as if he's heading over towards us. So we are going to try and get on the line to intercept him and get our 8th damage mark on the board. The RU-251, as far as I remember, wasn't spotted at all. The AMX 1390 keeps coming towards us. So we haven't seen the RU-251 for the entire game just yet. But I do want to bait the 1390 to come and get me. I want him to feel confident and come to get me. Try and circle me and try and take me out. But I'm pretty sure I know where he's going to go for that attack route. So I just keep pushing towards him, trying to close the distance, and I'm pretty sure he's going to pop over on my right hand side when I just come over this hill right here. So I'm staying vigilant, and sure enough, he pops up on my right hand side. So I take an aim, smack him for 853 and track him as well, which is always nice. Now he's not going to get around me. Surprised he penned me right there because he's not firing APCR, so I don't know where he fired into. It didn't look like my side armor, but he's just dumped 4 of his shots. That's the 5th, and then I reload and take him out before he can fire the 6th at me. So that is 9 hits of damage now with 2 kills. Now at this point, the artillery has fallen and the RU-251 could be anywhere. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, we spent like the next 5 minutes trying to find the RU-251. So without further ado, I'm going to skip to the point where we do find him, because nobody wants to watch 5 minutes of us just trying to find the RU-251. So let's do that now. We'll skip to it. Okay, so after searching the entirety of the map, literally the entirety of the map, we do have a light tank on our team. The RU-251 is spotted over in the A0 grid square, and now it's just a case of who's going to kill him. I do have a shot on him right here. The Centurion gets a hit, but we take a nice aim and slap him for 800, giving us a 10 damage hit game with 3 kills and 5 critical hits. Let's see how much damage we racked up, ladies and gentlemen. 7,794 damage, 611 assisted damage, 1,610 damage blocked. We did manage to ammo rack the WZ, hence the medal for doing that right there. Racked up the high caliber medal as well, again topping our team. And Ambitions had a nice 5.6k damage game as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you did enjoy this episode of SiNzsational. And I will catch you in the next one. Until then, have a great day and peace.